Now, the next example comes from the situation comedy show iApartment. This is one of the very capable, smart girls in the TV show. She, at this moment, is organizing a wedding for her friend. So let me play this and see how much you comprehend. The scenario is that the flowers, they're gonna send the flower shop gonna send the flowers over as ordered to this place, and then she got upset because they sent the flowers to the wrong location. They shouldn't be sent in this organizing headquarters. Should be put outside on the lawn.
菲姐订的花篮来签一下。
花篮呢？
喏。
拜托，这是付款地址，不是送货地址。还愣在这干嘛？送到楼下草坪上去啊！
对。
Go 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 go!
Okay, so this is the part where it's relevant for using discourse particles. The wedding manager says, 拜托, so oh, please. 拜托 is an expression we use to ask somebody to pay attention to something. 拜托，这是付款地址。This is the address for the payment. 不是送货地址。This is not the address for delivery. 愣在这儿干嘛？愣 means to be standing like a frozen duck, like a deer in the headlight. 愣在这儿干嘛 ？Why are you still here? 送到楼下草坪上去呀、送 deliver 送到 to deliver to 楼下 downstairs 草坪上 on the lawn 去呀 go so go send it to the lawn downstairs. Why are you still here? So what adverb do we use to convey the idea of why are you still here instead of just why are you here? Yeah, so it's gonna be 还愣在这干嘛？拜托，这是付款地址，不是送货地址。还愣在这干嘛？送到楼下草坪上去呀。So next example, we've been looking at Jeremy Ling's interview. So if you recall, he says that he consulted every family member for their advice on him joining playing basketball professionally. So he says, 我跟家人很亲近 very close, very dear. 我很在乎他们的意见. I very much care for what they think. 他们的意见 opinion. So what word would you use to say I'm very close to all of my family members? 我跟家人都很亲近，我很在乎他们的意见。And then the host asked him, 那你妈妈全家人支持吗？支持 support. So the question is, then do your whole family support you? 都支持吗？那你妈妈全家人都支持吗？ Are they also in support? Jeremy says, 我们全家都很支持。So 都 helps to convey the idea of everyone. I consulted with everyone. Everyone supports me. 我跟家人都很亲近，我很在乎他们的意见。那你妈妈全家人都支持吗？我们全家都很支持。Next example are harder. It are excerpts from a cooking show. So the host speaking in Mandarin is given directions on how to cook bread. So I blanked out the adverbs here. See which one you want to put in, and then you can compare the answer key in the bottom. So it goes like this. 先把烤盘 roasting pan. So first put the roasting pan 放进烤箱里 put them into the oven. Something. 把刷好蛋液的面包放进烤盘里。刷好蛋液，刷 to brush on. 好 resultative word. 蛋液 egg liquid. So egg wash 的面包 bread. 刷好蛋液的面包 the bread that has been brushed with egg. 放进烤盘里 put that into the roasting pan. 如果你想面包的颜色更好看的话，如果 something 的话 meaning if. So if you want the bread's color to be more pretty, 你可以在最后5分钟刷一点蛋液。You may brush some egg wash in the last 5 minutes. 烤出来更金黄。When it's roasted, when it's ready. 烤出来 roasted and get ready. 更金黄。金黄 golden brown, golden yellow, so it's gonna be even more golden. So it goes like this, with the 2 words 在 to indicate 先 so first, and then 在 then. In the end 在 so you can see 在 here are used in 2 different functions. The first 在 compares with 先 first when you are describing a sequence. So first you put the roasting pan in the oven, then you put the brushed egg washed bread onto the roasting pan. So 先在 becomes a sequence describing actions. The second 在 you can brush again in the last 5 minutes. It's a different meaning of 在. It means to do it again. As you can see, the idea of again is rather abstract. It can help a sequence, describe a sequence first and then, or again. So let's read this chunk. 先把烤盘放进烤箱里，再把刷好蛋液的面包放进烤盘里。如果你想面包的颜色更好看的话，你可以在最后5分钟再刷一点蛋液，烤出来更金黄。So the next example is going to be an excerpt from the Lost on Journey film. So the farmer and the businessman are tied together by fate in their respective attempt to get to home during the very busy spring festival, traveling back home. Lots of problems with transportation. So they finally ended up here with a rented car, and the car was broken on the road. So it's gonna be, they thought it's gonna explode, so they tried to run away from it.
跟美国大人不一样。谁说翻了车肯定会爆炸的？老板，别恨我，我已经习惯了。
So this is a funny scenario because they are acting in a mock fashion of American big blockbuster films. When a car gets, turned over, it might explode. So you have to quickly run away. You jump in the air, and then the car explodes. But here, the car didn't explode. All the unfortunate events, one after another, on this film was due to the farmer's ignorance of how things go, or sometimes just bad luck. So the farmer asked the businessman, "Do you still hate me? Everything happened because of me." And then the businessman says, "I'm already used to it." In the end, they strike a relationship that lasts a long time. It's really a sweet film. So let's see the relevant episode. So they're shouting, 要爆炸了，快点儿! So it's gonna explode. 要 helps to convey the idea that it's set to be exploding. It's gonna explode. 快点儿 hurry up. 跟美国大片儿不一样啊。 It's not the same as American big films. 大片 refers to those big films like Avengers, Saving Private Ryan's, big films, big blockbusters. And then the businessman says, 谁说翻了车肯定会爆炸的? This is a rhetorical question, like who said so? Who said 翻了车 turned over car? So the car turned over. 肯定会, it's gonna must explode. So who says when the car turns over it must explode? And then the farmer says 哥. 哥 as an address term, this is typical in China. You call someone who is more senior, more like older or more in high ranking than you. In an informal setting, you can call them 哥 like brother. 哥，你还恨我吗? So you've been hating me throughout because I'm tied to you in traveling and a lot of my mistakes. But after this, do you still hate me yet? And the businessman sighed and says, 我已经习惯了. 我已经习惯了. So you see how high conveys the idea that you've been hating me and are you still hating me? The next example comes from My Swordsman, the same TV show with it's a martial arts situational comedy. It has lots of everyday scenarios. This is a good series for learning Mandarin. So here, this girl is having a conversation with the little girl in this inn. It's the nephew of the innkeeper.
哇，小慧姐，我刚刚发现啊，你的眼睛好大，是吗？
少来，回屋做功课去，烦着呢。
还跟秀才置气呢。
从今往后，对他只有2个字儿：鄙视。
我看你的眼神好像不太像鄙视哎，你再眯缝点眼，再眯，对，就这样哈，别动了。
这是鄙视吗？这好像是近视嘛。
你别光有面部表情啊，应该再加点肢体语言。
肢体语言怎么加？
跟我学哈。冷笑，眯眼，同时耸肩，对，多练几次哈。
耸肩，冷笑，眯眼，耸
肩。我给你数着哈，1、2、3、4，2、2、3、4，加大幅度，再来一次，对，就这样哈。我先回屋了啊。
Okay, so this is the episode, the clip where it started off as this girl having some moments of she likes this boy here, but they're still getting a fight very often, quarrels and fights, argues, and then the little girl tries to poke fun at her, let her do this kind of funny movement. So it goes like this. The girl says, 我看 Bei is the little girl, the nephew. 我看您的眼神 means the way you look. 我看您的眼神好像不太像鄙视. 鄙视 means contempt because Guo, the big girl there, was saying that she contempts the guy. She's gonna put on this look of contempt whenever she sees him. But little nephew says, "Oh, the way you look doesn't look like contempt. You have to squint your eyes a little bit more, squint a bit more." So 我看您的眼神好像不太像鄙视. So I think the way I look at it, the way you are looking, doesn't look like contempt. 眯缝点眼, mi means the squint, 缝 like into a little thin slit. 眼, 眯缝点眼. So just squint your eyes a little bit more, and a little bit more, and squint a bit more. 对, that's right. 就这样, stay like that. 别动了, stay put. And then Guo is doing this squinting, and then she felt, is it really contempt? It looks like nearsightedness. So 这是鄙视吗？这好像是近视嘛。And then Bei says 你别 so don't 你别光有面部表情啊，光 only 光有 only have 面部表情啊 facial expressions. So don't just have facial expressions. 应该 you should something something 加点肢体语言 put on a bit more body language. So 面部表情 facial expression 肢体语言 body language. So don't just have facial expression, you should put on a little bit of body language. Then Guo says 肢体语言 body language 怎么加呀 How do I do that? And then Bei says 跟我学呀 Follow me. 冷笑 means to smile coldly, to sneer. 冷笑眯眼 squint. 同时 at the same time 耸肩 shrug your shoulder. 耸 to put in a shrugging manner. So shrugging your shoulder. 对 that's right. 多练几次啊 Practice a few more times. 我给你数着 I'll count for you. 1 2 3 4 2 2 3 4 So this is how Chinese do exercises. They do the beats like 1 2 3 4 2 2 3 4 and continues on 3 2 3 4 4 2 3 4 And then she also says 加大幅度 to add your to intensify your degree, to make it bigger motion. Something 来一次 do it one more time. Well, all these are 4 character expressions and they rhyme. She's really poking fun with the girl. 1 2 3 4 2 2 3 4加大幅度再来一次 So what words do we use to fill in those blanks? They are all 在 I want to use this to show you how 在 is used to ask people to do things one more time, to do more degree of something. So read the whole thing. 我看您的眼神好像不太像鄙视，再眯缝点儿眼 so just squint a bit more. 再眯squint more. 再眯 squint more. 对，就这样，别动了。That's right, hold it, don't move. 这是鄙视吗？这好像是近视嘛。Is it contempt? It looks like there's a nearsightedness. And Bei says, 你别光有面部表情啊 Don't just have facial expression. 应该再加点肢体语言 Should have a bit more body language on top of your facial expression. 肢体语言 body language 怎么加呀 How do I do that? 跟我学呀 Learn after me. 冷笑眯眼同时耸肩 Sneer, squint, and then same time shrug your shoulder. 对 that's right. 多练几次啊 Do it a few more times. 我给你数着 I'll count for you. 1 2 3 4 2 2 3 4加大幅度 to increase your pose, to make it bigger movement. 再来一次 Do it one more time. Now, this is the last example coming from the apartment clip. This guy has just, the guy on the right in the pink shirt, has just moved into this apartment. And the old resident, who is the vice chairperson of the housing committee on the left, comes in to give him a welcome housewarming gift. And the guy on the right, tries to talk to the chairperson about reducing his rent.
你看这房租的事情能不能通融一下？
嗨，这个我也做不了主。
要不这样吧，你还没吃吧？我请你去小南国吃顿饭，我们边吃边商量，怎么样？
是呀，好呀，我忙了一天都快饿死了。既然你这么热情，那就恭敬不如从命啦。
哎，要不把婉玉和展博也叫上？
啊？
谁叫我了？谁叫我了？哇，你耳朵这么灵啊！
是鼻子灵，婉玉说她闻到了大餐的味道。
妈呀，这么多张嘴，一箭杀了我吧！我们还没吃呢。
啊，是吗？
So these young people here are very funny, and at the very beginning, the pink shirt guy wants to bribe the chairperson to reduce his rent by asking him to go out and have a big it will be his treat. And then they say, well, how about we call everybody along? And then he realized he has to treat all these people, and it's gonna be a lot of money. So why don't you just kill me? So let's see the transcript. 吕 is the one in pink shirt. 他说：“你看 ，so how about take a look？ 这房租的事情 ，the thing about the rent， 能不能通融一下？通融 meaning to just be on the easy side for me。通融 to be to communicate to give me some cutting me some slacks to go easy on me。通融一下。曾 is the chairperson. He said， 哎，这个我做不了主啊。做主 means to be the decision maker. 做不了主 can be the decision maker. He says 这个我做不了主啊。So if we have an adverb here, it helps to convey the idea that, well, you cannot be the decision maker. I cannot be the decision maker either. 也做不了主。So without the adverb, 这个我做不了主 that's plainly telling people I can be the decision maker. But with 也 added, it gives people the idea that someone else can do it and I can do it either. I'm not alone. 这个我也做不了主啊。And then the pink shirt guy says, 要不这样吧。This is a way to make concession. 要不这样吧。So if then, how about this? 你没吃吧？没吃 didn't eat. So how about we want to convey the idea of you are not yet eaten, right? 你还没吃吧？ So you haven't yet eaten, right? 我请你去小南国。I'll treat you to 小南国。小南国 is the name of restaurant, pretty well-known chain restaurant, formal restaurant. 吃顿饭，吃顿饭 to eat a meal. 顿 a measure word for meal. 吃顿饭。我们边吃边商量怎么样？ We eat and we chat about it. How about that? So in Chinese culture, eating is a big deal. Often a lot of business is discussed while at dinner. And then the chairperson says, 吃饭啊 to have a food, to have food. 好啊，好呀 okay. I'm sorry, this is the girl. The smart girl jumps in. She heard this and she jumps right in. She says, 吃饭啊 to eat. 好呀 great. 我忙了一天，快饿死了。I've been busy the whole day， 快饿死了 ，gonna starve to death。she uses 都快饿死了。我忙了一天，都快饿死了。都 gives the idea of even, like I'm so hungry. I've been busy the whole day. I'm driven to my extreme. I'm gonna be starving to death. 既然你这么热情。既然 formal register word for since 既然你这么热情 since you're so warm-hearted 我们就恭敬不如从命了then we'll just follow your lead 恭敬不如从命恭敬 meaning respect 不如 not compared to 从命 follow order so this 恭敬不如从命 is an idiom that means if rather than holding our respect, we'd rather just follow your order. That means I'm not gonna be courteous anymore. I'll just do what you say. Then the chairperson says, 要不 is a suggestion marker. So how about 把婉瑜和展博 This is the neighbors, the girl and the boy next door. 叫上 meaning to call them upon, to ask them to come along. So how about we ask 婉瑜 and Zhan Bo along as well. 也叫上 so additional people 也叫上 and then the pink shirt guy now has not realized what he got himself into. He said, and then 婉瑜 the girl 婉瑜 heard this and she jumps in. 谁叫我 So who's calling me? So let's go back and watch it one more time.
你看这房租的事情能不能通融一下？
嗨，这个我也做不了主啊。
要不这样吧，你还没吃吧？我请你去小南国吃顿饭，我们边吃边商量，怎么样？
是呀，好呀，我忙了一天都快饿死了。既然你这么热情，那就恭敬不如从命啦。
哎，要不把婉玉和展博也叫上啊？
啊？
谁叫我？谁叫我了？哇，你耳朵这么灵啊！
是鼻子灵，婉玉说她闻到了大餐的味道。
妈呀，这么多张嘴，一剑杀了我吧！
Okay, so I apologize for the coughing while I was doing the recording. So I hope you find this helpful. As you can see, adverbs really make a difference in what you say to people. It has a very different messages to those that without the adverbs. So please make conscious effort of using them. These are really difficult grammatical points. So the only way to master them is to consciously use them and use them in the most effective way. So that ends our section here, and the last section will be